Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Post Rolls podcast, a Jiu Jitsu podcast where we train with awesome people and we sit down afterwards, we talk Jiu Jitsu, and we have a great time doing it. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, help us reach our goal of hitting our first 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and help push this show out to people similar to yourself. With that being said, let's get into the show. Welcome to Post Rolls.
Kidding me? You can't Niba?
So you pretty much flow with the goal.
I come to the right place now.
Post Rolls Jiu Jitsu podcast.
Oof, you sound deep in my brain right now. All right, welcome to episode 21 of the Post Rolls podcast. I'm Miles, this is Nick. We did it, guys.
We made it. For those that don't know, we're better than you and all your friends. 99% of you anyways. So we heard a thing when we first started podcasting. There's an Alex Hermosi thing, who says a lot of bullshit, by the way. But I like to think that this part's true. And he said that 99% of podcasters don't make it past episode 20. 20.
and you say a lot of bullshit too, because we're not better than you and your friends, our listeners.
That's true. I don't believe that. Yeah.
We're happy that you're
I hate
listening
myself,
at all.
really.
Yeah. It makes them feel better to put other people down.
That's true.
Like our listeners. But I'm happy about you guys listening at all. I think I'm humbled and honored. It's a huge honor for us, for you guys to listen, and I hope you're enjoying. But that's
right. We love you guys.
This is an entertainment podcast. So sometimes we say things that are not necessarily, we say them to make each other laugh or to make you laugh. But we don't believe all this stuff that we're saying. That's what jokes are.
Hey, can we get into that guy? So we get a lot of people that like disagree with us. And if you didn't know, I mean, a lot of times we pick clips because we're like, people will disagree with this a lot. And it's things that I really think.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also know that it's an unpopular opinion. And so those are the clips that I pick.
Those are perfect.
Right. So we get a lot of people that disagree with us, but usually they're just like some random in whatever, Delaware,
random washed up lower belt.
Right.
Just kidding.
Speaking of being better than people.
Oh, I mean, yes, of course. According to belt. I'm a bit of a beltist.
But we've had on two occasions just insane 2 black belts, right? Remember there was the Atos black belt that moved. That doesn't live in San. He's not at the Atos anymore. He has an Atos affiliate. Oh, and I don't remember what his argument was, but he was passionate about it.
Was he?
Remember
this the gi versus no gi?
Was that the gi versus no gi? I don't remember, but he was really passionate about it. But then just now, just recently, we had you said something about San Diego having less gi,
right? And
it was a little hyperbole. You said you were like the gi is dying in San Diego, right, and this and that.
Right.
And but you were saying like, look, if you go to the open mats, the popular open mats, there's much more no-gi, And
2 of the most popular.
This guy came in and was literally like, no, like exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. And he was like, you're wrong, exclamation, exclamation. Check the facts. Like it was all yelling. And then you said something like, where are the facts or something? And I was like, yeah, I mean, like I said, we live in San Diego, and I looked at him up, and he was like a 4th degree black belt under Henzo or something like that.
Oh, respect.
I looked him up, and he lived on the East Coast. And I was like, we live in San Diego, like we know the facts. We're talking about San Diego open mats, when's the last time? I said something like, we're wrong about the open mats in San Diego having less gi. Like, where are you getting that information from? And he came back with, did I hurt your feelings, snowflake? I was like, he came in yelling, I'm the one whose feelings are hurt.
No, he got you. He did hurt your feelings, snowflake. He got you roughed up. He ruffled your feathers.
Dude,
that was pretty good.
I often get upset. I spend a lot of time arguing in the comments. A lot of time.
Shout out to him. I don't know what his name is. I think it was Michael Hunt, wasn't it? Yeah. I heard he takes
He was a Michael Hunt.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I heard Mike Hunt takes the pounding.
Gross. So anyways, we have a special episode planned. We're gonna get into some black belt reacts. There's gonna be potentially an ongoing what's the word I'm looking for? Segment on the show.
Take your guys. That's for videos.
Yeah. So we'll react to some jiu-jitsu videos and we'll put them up on the screen, and then yeah, do that thing. And then also we got a Matt Daddies later. We got several questions
I hate that name, by the
that
way.
our children would like to ask us.
I
You hate it? I thought you loved it.
I hate it and love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Matt Daddies, baby. Come on, talk to your Matt Daddy right here. Play nice with your Matt Daddy.
I love it.
I did. There was a influencer. I don't know if you'd call him, but he's called his new handle is Wellness Daddy.
Oh,
and I
nice.
used to not like him,
But now you do.
I do. Totally. He just changed his name. I mean, he makes excellent videos. I don't remember why I didn't. He wasn't my vibe. But when he changed his name recently to Wellness Daddy on YouTube, man, I'm in. And he does make fantastic videos. And I think you got to have some balls to call yourself Daddy. So
Right.
yeah, I like it.
I just feel like it's an accurate name.
Respect.
There's a guy that I watch, and he honestly don't even know what the subject of his channel is. It's kind of random. He just makes content. Oh, that got loud, huh?
I don't know. Feels good though.
It does feel great.
Fine with
And
me.
he wears a giant shirt all the time. It just says in bold letters, it says Internet Daddy.
Oh, respect.
Yeah.
That's better than your name. That one guy, Elliot. Something Elliot. He's a sales guy and he just wears his name across his shirt big time. All the time. That's all his shirts.
Who's that?
He was a former convict and then used car salesman.
Oh, the bald guy that wears way too small clothes. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. Yeah, he just wears his shirt with in bold letters as his first name.
Yeah. I think it was his last name, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Dude, do you want to talk about Alex Hormozi putting bullshit out there?
Yeah.
Dude, just the most obnoxious, he's such an old school, he seems like a used car salesman. Like he's such an old school sales. That's how I learned sales. And when I learned sales like that, because I was a mattress salesman. I don't know if you knew that.
Are you?
I'm not anymore. No, I'm
way.
not.
Are you still?
Yeah. I was a mattress salesman. I was a vacuum salesman, door to door.
Oh my God.
And
So I was a used car salesman. So we had
really?
a couple of, heck yeah.
But see, so there's two types of sales people.
Yes.
There's like salespeople that like try to mind fuck you and just make it so that you don't have a reason to other than just like, look, I don't want this.
They have all objections. They have an answer for all your objections.
And just try and fuck you into something. And then there's like a salesman that you're like, hey, like you make a connection with somebody, you have their best interests at heart, you make it feel like you make friends with them, they like you, so they want to buy from you because they like you. And then you're like, this is what it is. Is this a good fit for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And would you lay on the mattress like with your
Oh, dude,
arm on your
I was a
hands
mattress salesman in a mall, in a mall above Cinnabon,
No.
and so the mall is empty most of the time, and then even when it's not, nobody goes to the mall to buy mattresses.
No.
The shop closed down after like pretty quickly. So I would just sit. They had massage chairs, and I would just sit in the massage chairs, lay on the beds, and eat my Cinnabon and wait for people to come in.
Did you ever smash in one of the beds?
No.
Or can you say that on live? On
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say it if I did, but I didn't. No,
I wanted you to
definitely
say all of them. If you bought a bed from this place,
You know what? I did almost get smashed though, dude. So I was really young. We're getting off topic. We're gonna get in. I know we're all here for the Matt Daddy segment. We're gonna get into this segment. Can I tell this story?
Yeah. hit me.
Okay. So
I'm excited about that.
So I was 17 probably.
Okay.
And this was my first job.
Uh-huh.
And standalone store, I'm behind the desk. This guy walks in and just starts talking to me. And at the time, I just started training.
Okay.
And I go, oh yeah, I'm into MMA and this and that. And he goes, oh, that's cool, but I do human cockfighting. And I'm like,
Oh.
that doesn't make any sense, right? Because a cock is a chicken. Unless you're fighting with your dicks, I don't
Right.
know what it is that you're doing.
I think that's called docking, right? No? Okay. Go ahead.
So is that like what you like? Yeah,
That's right. You like wrap foreskin around the other one.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Sorry.
So, that's hard to come back from that. So he starts talking to me, and he's talking to me for so long, dude. And
Well, you have
and so
nothing
I
to
had
do.
my phone under the thing. Yeah, but it was like awkward. And he's old too, and I'm a teenager.
Oh, no.
And I had my phone behind the desk. So I call the store, right? Like underneath, I call the store because it's 10, 20 minutes had gone by. And so I go, oh yeah, let me take this. I got to answer this. Someone's customer's calling. I go, oh sure.
Good one.
So I go in the back and I'm just walking around wasting time back there for 5 minutes. And I come out, and if we're sitting here, right, and he was at that desk, he was still just staring at my empty chair. He was just waiting for me to come back. Right?
Whoa.
And so I come back, I got to talk to him. It's being pretty weird. And so then I text my boss and I was like, hey, and my boss was my friend. And I was like, this is the situation. I was like, I'm going to leave the store. I got it.
That's so funny. You didn't have like the sales chops yet. Just be like, okay, cool. So you're good. Let's you couldn't wrap it up.
17.
Right.
I still barely have that skill. When people over talk to me, I have a hard time being like, dude, I have to go.
I'm great with it.
I'm just learning it now. Like it's really become necessary. But like,
100%.
Anyways, so he's sitting there and all right, hey, I'm gonna leave the store. So I tell the guy, hey, I'm gonna go get lunch. And he goes, oh, okay. And then I go down the escalator. He fucking walks with me, just keeps talking to me, sits there and talks to me while I eat a whole sandwich.
You're so vulnerable at 17.
I mean, I was a cute 17-year-old. Yeah.
What did his dick taste like after? Did he talk you into it or what? That's what he was looking for.
So we go back up, follows me to the store again. And I text my boss like, this guy's still sitting with me because I'm texting him under the desk while and he goes, all right, well, and the whole time he's like, I'm on my way. You're just coming from like he lived a little far, and then I don't know if you know this, but malls have like back walkways that are stars only.
Plenty of malls.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's like, I'm coming in the back, and then so this guy who had absolutely nothing to do, right, for a fucking hour and a half, The bell rings to come in through the back door, and I'm like, oh, that's my boss. And then the guy goes, oh, cool, all right, we'll see you later. And then he walks out.
Dude, he was trying to smash for sure.
He was like, get me one of those memory foam beds. And
oh my God. It's like all these beds around here make me feel like smashing. That's hilarious. That is a fantastic story.
All right, so anyways.
I did work in a lot of mall jobs. I used to work at a Babbage's, Software Etc. I used to work at video game stores. Bunch of them all over town. But I get that. There's secret hallways, guys. If you know about malls.
Secret hallways?
Secret hallways are in malls.
You have to be very quiet in the secret hallways.
I like it. Now we're going to...
oh man, I have so many jiu-jitsu related things that I want to get into that keep popping up.
Go for it. Who cares? This is...
last thing, guys. We're going to get into this. I swear. Yeah,
whatever you want to
do. There's a pretty... relatively famous like internet story of like this old guy that there's in Florida. There's the largest mall in the U.S. I think it's called like the Mall of America or something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
And it has those back tunnels, but the largest mall in the U.S. They're expansive, and you can't get out of those really unless you have keys, right? Because there's usually no like entrance into the stores. Yeah, you have to be let in or you have to have a key. Right.
What happened?
The guy got lost back there, old guy. And just walked for a long ways, and just sat down, and then eventually died. And then someone found him way later, just sitting in the chair. He was like, the assumption is he was like, I don't know where to go, and he just sat down and he died there.
Oh my God!
Isn't that insane?
That is insane. Florida is insane.
Yeah, only in Florida. That right? Florida man dies in the mall. Holding his wife's purse for too long.
Lost. Yeah. Oh my God. It feels like that. I feel like I'm going to die if I have to do that.
All right. So let's get it. Whoa. Let's get into this.
Oh my God. You're a mess over there.
Dude.
Stop touching everything.
Oh my God.
It's just gone bad. All right, guys. So what's happening? Very cool stuff is happening this August.
You're going to plug your dates?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now. So August, I'll be in Tahoe from August 8th to August 11th at the Atos Summer Summit at South Lake Tahoe. Atos, which is super exciting. I can't wait to work with and teach alongside.
Is it disruptive when I do this?
Andre Gaval. I mean, you got to do it. You got to get it done. So whatever you got to do. Nobody wants to hear my dates anyway.
All right, it's in.
This is kind of hopefully this doesn't come out after that date. But and then I'll be August 18th. I'm going to be teaching with Hodger Gracie in the Grapplers Retreat. I can't wait. I need to get my chest. I'm going to start working on my chest a little bit. Apparently, that's what he does: is drink wine and play chess afterwards.
Oh, I thought you said you got to work on your chest.
My chest. Well, I'm going to work on that too because I want.
Apparently, that's what Hodger does.
That's what he does. He eyeballs people's chests, see if they're working well. I think I'm doing pretty good though.
Yeah.
I never overdeveloped it, so I don't have like too much wrinkles.
Nice.
I mean, guys, I'm
good.
getting my 50s now.
That's
But
true.
yeah.
You
But
had a good double leg today.
Oh, yeah, did you see that? Dang, this is post rolls, baby. We do this after we do some jiu-jitsu. And yeah, I caught your student in a double leg.
Yeah, that's right. And then he was rolling afterwards, and he was just dead. And then I go, I go, James, like, did Miles get you tired or what? And he just like looked over at me with his mouthpiece hanging out and just didn't laugh. Just looked back at his partner.
Exhausted. I tapped him a bunch of times.
That's good.
Yeah, but I let go early. Nothing too dangerous.
Yeah,
but he's a good opponent and tries out some fun stuff. But
Yeah.
just been doing it longer, sir.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this.
What? Yeah. Questions. I'm
we
really
doing questions
excited.
first?
No, whatever you want to do. But just to let people know, I'm excited to take your guys' questions at some point.
Yeah, guys. So we're gonna make this a regular thing, right?
Yeah.
You were gonna say it, and I got excited. I had too much coffee. You
Tell
go.
me.
You say it.
No, I don't know.
But you were gonna explain what the segment is.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're just Mad Daddies. That segment, we're taking people's questions about anything, about life. AMA. Ask me anything about whatever. And we're going to answer those. And just for fun, man, if you guys need some advice, this might be advice that will help you. And it might not help you, but it might steer you in the wrong direction. But it'll be funny to us. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, and you can ask us anything, but honestly, I don't know much other than jiu-jitsu.
Well, call
And
me Matt
so-
Granddaddy then, because I am almost 50. So I know a few more things than Nick.
Outside
But
of
not that
jiu-jitsu,
much.
I'm pretty useless. So, yeah, try to ask jiu-jitsu questions. If not,
No.
direct them to Miles.
Yeah, ask anything. We're ready to help you.
All right.
Help you figure this life out. There's some stuff out there that's difficult.
But hold on, this isn't Matt. It's Matt Daddies. It's not Life Daddies.
Oh, but the Matt and the life are adjacent. They're parallel. They're together. Matt is life. Life is Matt, and we're gonna make t-shirts.
Life is Matt.
Bring your life on the mat.
I heard a thing that I like a lot, and it was like your heroes are just regular people that sacrificed pretty much everything else so they could be good at one thing. Wow. And I super identify with that because I'm fucking useless at pretty much everything. I got like 3 things that I'm pretty dang good
And
at.
you're amazing at Instagram videos. So
I got a good grasp on marketing.
Yeah.
I know a lot about jiu-jitsu, and
totally.
I got a pretty much a bachelor's degree in dermatology because I've had so much ringworm and staph in my life.
amazing. God, did you hear about the?
If you need financial advice or something like that, you know what I mean.
You ain't the one.
You got to fix your car. Not me. Ask Matt. Ask Matt Granddaddy.
How about? I mean, I am a little gray. How about the Keenan and Craig Jones were talking about the crazy eye infection they got? Did you hear about that?
Oh
one?
yeah, they had. I'm forgetting the name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They don't even remember the name.
Like eye-eating disease. Yeah.
And so I didn't realize this, but I was just watching
from
this
the Blue Basement. That's from Danaher's gym. That's
yeah,
where it
so
happened.
Keenan was going to join those guys. He was going to join the Blue Basement, and then he got that disease, and that it's a virus.
Yeah.
That eats your eyeball, and then you're like sweating out of your eyeball for a month, and
like
he
pussing out of your eyeballs.
Oh, it sounds horrific.
Yeah.
But he said that set him up perfect for Corona, because he was just like, it's for sure Corona has got to be a virus attack from China. And like he was really, remember he was like telling everyone to shut down their gyms, and he was real adamant.
Keenan was saying that?
Yes, and he shut down Legion, and he was real adament about it.
Just because he's like, listen, I've seen how bad this can be.
That's right. I've had a bad
If you want to
virus,
keep
guys.
your eyeballs, you need to shut down.
And what's amazing too is that he talks about on the latest El Segundo podcast, or the one he was on, I don't know, a month ago or something, 2 months ago.
That was a while ago.
Was it longer than that?
Yeah.
But yeah, he talks about he's changed his tune now, but that was what was leading up to his sort of like overzealous presentation about the coronavirus.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes way more sense now. So I love somebody that can change. You know what I mean? They can like admit their mistakes and change. I mean, come on, those are the best people in the world. You know?
Yeah. I heard that Legion I almost didn't make it through.
I mean, their rent's probably high.
Because there's no way they rent that place. You think they rent that place?
I don't know,
man. If they rent it, their rent is like got to be $25,000.
It's I mean, if you guys haven't been to Legion, the open mat on Sundays is the best open mat. I mean, probably
and what
in
you
the
see
world.
in the gym, that's not even the whole place. Like there's like hallways and there's more rooms and offices and like a laundry room and like.
I heard an old man sat in a chair and died back there. In those.
I heard that too. Yeah. He was holding his wife's
gi.
belt. Gi top, and
it's so big. That place is so big.
But yeah, I heard. Yeah, I guess like there was like a video. He put a video out. I was like, guys, if you can keep paying your membership, please do that. And then like they
made it through, man,
over the hill.
Thank goodness, because that's a if anybody's visiting San Diego, I say stick around for Sunday and just see what it's like. Look what 150 people look like, 200 people. I started going to the Andres Brunanowski's noon class, and then they're also doing J Flow's takedown class at the same time. And so the place is packed, man. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to go with me at some point, and Andres is going to be on the podcast.
It would be awkward a little bit though, because I went to J Flow's class.
Yeah, and what happened? You took him down?
I didn't know. I mean, I learned a lot, but I didn't enjoy it.
But we're not going to his class. We're going to Andres'
I know, but it'd be
class.
weird for me to be like, oh yeah, I can't make it to this class anymore. I'm going to this class.
Oh, because he said come to that class too?
I mean, I just asked them. I asked Miha. I was like, "Can I come train with you guys on that day?" Because I heard it's like a class that's geared towards like ADCC rules, and they let me come through. And Miha was nice enough to not charge me, and I took a few classes, but there was like very little sparring. It was like a lot of drilling, and like drilling judo and wrestling, which is the least fun thing to drill.
Oh.
And
hey guys, no thanks.
It's like getting tired, but without the payoff of submitting anybody or winning anything. It's just like, and I was like, dude, this is not. I mean, I see the merit in that.
Yeah, 100%.
But I was going there because it's not near me, you know.
Right, sure.
So I was making the drive for the purpose of rolling with other high level people. Like wasn't driving there to drill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't. That's selfish of you. I think.
Why is it selfish of me?
Well, because people
drilling is selfish too.
Drilling.
It's not giving to drill.
I mean, Hadra Gracie says that he drills 0 amount of the time.
Right. That's what And me and him are
for sure.
We're right there.
Right. You're very equal to him. I'll let him know.
No, but it's just like the stuff that they were drilling.
Andres' class. So now you're going to come to Andres' class.
I know, but I'm gonna have to be like, oh yeah, I can actually make it at this time. I just don't want to.
Andres' class is awesome, by the way. Let's talk about positive things. Andres' class is incredible. He does the fancy word that everyone's talking about, the teaching word.
He says like so.
Like so.
Does he go, I'm going to grab it like so, and then I'll come right
and he
here.
Snaps.
Like
and
so.
He's like this.
This hand here?
No.
It goes here, like so.
So it's all, he came up with a ton of ecological learning games. It's all ecological learning games.
Oh, really?
Yep. And it's almost, there's rolling at the end if you want, but the games are rolling essentially.
Yeah.
And so it's a rough one. Like you get one position and you gotta, escape that position or whatever. But he's really dialed it in, and he's come up with the games himself. And so it's incredible. It's an incredible workout. You get a lot of wins because you feel what's happening, and you get the win is like you made there was 2 other heavyweight black belts there when I went, so we did a little trifecta, which was cool because then if you lost, you're out and the other guy's in. And so, if you won, you stayed in, and you could only win a few times because you're getting exhausted because we're all heavyweight black belts, right? And so you totally got that juice of like, oh,
is it a no-gi class?
Did it right? No, it's a gi class.
I can't make it. I'm busy.
Yeah, I knew it. But you have to come because it's gonna be. We're doing. You just gotta.
It's funny because I like training in the gi. I do it all the time. I feel like it's become my character on this show.
I know. Well, you need to be. I mean, because I'm the gi guy. You're the no-gi guy.
That's right.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we balance.
And in fact, there was a question today from Wilma Fingerdew. that she said that she loved the podcast and that it changed her life, although not in a good way, is what she said.
That's right.
and then she wanted to know what's better, gi or no gi, I think.
I've argued enough in the comments. I don't want to get into it.
Oh no! Come on. What's better? That's different. What is better?
What's better?
Gi or no gi? I love this conversation.
Better in
Are
what
you
way?
kidding me? Well, that's for up to you to decide, I guess.
No, it's not. It's up to the person who questioned it.
No.
Let's be honest, guys. Miles wrote the question in.
I'm pretty sure Wilma Fingerdo is at least a blue belt, and she want to know what's better.
Listen, Wilma,
You don't want to talk about it
if
anymore?
you do want to train in the gi, your fingers will not do for very long.
Ooh, respect. I like that. Bringing it back.
All right, let's get into Mad Daddies.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so this one actually was not sent into the podcast. It was sent into my Instagram. I put a thing up like, "Hey, what's your jiu-jitsu questions?"
Nobody cares. Go ahead. Just pretend that it was sent into the podcast, for God's sake. Listen. Are you leaving? Sit over. Go back to your mattress store. Be harassed.
So someone sent this in, and I didn't get to make a video about it, so we're gonna put it on here. And what they were talking about is basically how do you deal with the like overwhelming amount of techniques. You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to remember the techniques that you learn because
100%.
there's so many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't remember all that.
You take it away. You first.
How do you deal with? Well, obviously you can't, and to think that you could, and to think that you're going to know all the techniques at one point is preposterous, because the amount of techniques are infinite, and it wasn't until I learned or realized that there's so many that I'm never going to learn them all. So then it's up to you to create this game. So everyone has a different body style and body type, and then you're going against different body styles and types. So you have a game that you can apply to certain body styles and types, and that it doesn't apply to everybody. So you actually have to come up with a few different games, and I would say probably in the range of 3 for your size compared to other people's sizes. So you need a heavyweight one, you need a middleweight one, you need a lightweight one. That's your opponent, and then and then you have to come up with what works best for you in those scenarios. So sometimes you're going to learn something and you're like, you know what? I am 6'10", 250. Barambolos don't work for me. And so while it exists,
They don't work
as
for
a move, that's true. Especially if you don't believe in them. And that's my strategy. I whisper to people when they Barambolo, I don't believe in this.
You really do that. You really
I've done that forever, and it's never worked against me. And if you think that you have one that's good, come to the Prism Jiu Jitsu in the afternoon and show me. Just try it on me, because it doesn't. It will not work. Even if you tie up your, if you even do it with a full worm guard or whatever. Yeah,
really,
it's still not going to work. Yeah, you just flatten out. I flatten out like a big starfish, and then my mouth is right next to your ear, and then I can whisper sweet nothings to you. And then your neck's going to hurt afterwards, because I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you.
Like a big starfish.
So that's what I would say, that the amount of moves are infinite. You're never going to learn them all. You got to come up with a few games, and so create a game that feels good to you, that you like, that keeps you safe for whatever, how your body functions. And that's it. Don't be overwhelmed by the amount of moves. You're creating your own game.
Or you just learn deep half and it works against everybody.
Ooh, that's where your deep half works pretty dang good.
I'm on the same page. You're never going to learn everything. You find a balance between what you like, what you know works at a high percentage, and what will apply like to the most scenarios. You know what I mean?
And you know what the best thing to do is? Roll when you're tired. Like everyone gets tired, I would say, about after 3 rolls. 3 rolls with 3 tough people. Man, roll number 4, you kind of don't want to do it, but you push yourself to do it and then test out your moves. You don't know if your moves work until you've done them when you're exhausted. And when you can do them when they're exhausted, those are the ones that work. And then you have a few of them that you thought worked, but man, you can only do them when you're full power.
Yeah.
Those don't work, man.
Yeah.
You got to dump those. You got to adjust them. You got to fix them, whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. I had the emails pulling them up.
I remember one of the questions.
Do you?
I do. What was it? Star Fox 35.
That's not what it is.
Said, what was your worst MMA
What was your worst injury in MMA?
And are those your real teeth because they're too damn shiny? So if you could address that.
That's right. I actually have a. So I had never really had any real injuries. At least I've never needed a surgery.
Nice.
And not like, oh, I tore 3 out of my 2 ACLs and I'm choosing not to get surgery. I went to the doctor and been like, no, you don't need surgery.
Nice.
But I did brutally dislocate my kneecap one time.
Oh my God.
And it was my last day of sparring, before a fight. And it was probably a Monday morning and I was fighting that Saturday. So it was going to be like a last sparring session. And we were in a tie clinch.
It's always then.
Yeah. And I was running late and I didn't do a good warm up, and you fucking never skip your warm up, man. And the guy went to knee block me, like we were clinching standing, and he went to knee block me and dump me over. And I could have pulled my leg out, but I have a thing that I like to do, and I didn't learn my lesson. I still do this. When someone tries to foot sweep me, like I don't counter it. I just stand there and try to give them like, you can't move me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I just position my weight in a way where they can't like push me over, you know? So he had a knee block, his knee on the outside of my knee, and he went to pull me over it. He went, pulled me, and I was like, nope, and I didn't move. And he did it again, and I was like, nope. And I didn't pull my leg out again. I was trying to get in his head, like, you can't move me. And then he did it again, and then like, plop, pop. My kneecap popped out, popped back in. And what's funny is I've seen this happen to 2 people. The same injury. Kneecap pops out, kneecap pops in. And they screamed like girls. Like, and the gym,
Ouch.
like nobody wanted to laugh. It was, one of them was Alliance MMA. And that's a fucking gnarly gym, right? It's
here?
Yeah, well, it's
North County?
Now they're inside of Victory. At the time, it was Dominic Cruz, it was Brandon Vera, Jeremy Stevens, Miles Jury when he was at the the top of his game. It was a tough gym, and there was pros in the building, and then that was happened in a jiu-jitsu class off to the side, and the guys screamed, and then like I felt bad, but some of the guys were like.
Like,
you know what I mean? Because he screamed.
Yeah.
He got taken out in a stretcher. And then I saw it happened to somebody else just randomly. Same injury. And he screamed too. Right? And then it happened to me.
Yeah. What happened?
And I was like, don't scream. Don't scream. Don't scream.
You screamed anyway.
And I could see it, the look on everyone's face, like the same thing that I thought, right? Like, why is he screaming so much?
Right.
And I was trying. I was like, dude, stop. It was the most fucking painful thing.
Get out of here.
And
Wow.
I talked to
that story went different than I thought.
You thought I was going to handle it like a boss.
You were like, dude, I don't know.
And
why
I was
everyone's
right.
screaming.
They were a bunch of fucking girls.
Yeah.
No. I was like, in my head, I'm like, stop screaming. I could not, dude.
Really?
It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced, except for once I lost someone's entire thumb inside my eye. Other than that, it's the most painful thing that I have ever experienced. And I talked to the PT afterwards, and they were like, dude, it's kind of famously, like it's not the most serious injury, but it hurts like fucking nothing else does, dude.
No kidding. I had no idea.
Yeah, and it really wasn't that bad. Like I swelled up crazy, and so I couldn't fight. But 6 weeks, and I was like light training.
So you eye gouged somebody, and that was
no. I lost their thumb in my eye.
Oh wow! No way,
dude. That was. How many injuries am I allowed for this?
I want to hear that one too.
Okay, so
fish hooking.
I was in. This is an elevation fight team, and we were doing. It was basically like shadow punching and then into the takedown. So we were kind of like timing fit.
Like
we called it fit-ins.
1, 2.
Yeah, it was like we were like shadow sparring. We were no contact, so hands were loose. Right, we had MMA gloves on, but the idea was we were practicing timing the shot.
Yeah.
So we're like touching. You had to like time your shot, get it on the legs, and then it was over.
Okay.
Right? So I went in to shoot, and the guy went to reach. And his thumb went in my eye, thumbnail and everything. Dude, like because this was on videos, it was like this much of his thumb gone. And eye open. Not like hit me in the eyelid. Eye open.
Oh my God.
And I didn't go to the doctors for this one. I didn't have insurance at the time. And I'm getting a call.
I love that.
So I didn't go to the doctor, and I think I took some ibuprofen, and my wife was gone. I cried most of the night.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Just in your bed?
And then eventually I did see a doctor when I was getting better because it went away. But then I still to this day, if I look at something really white, there's a black little fuzz on it.
Oh my God.
And when I because it's apparently like it kind of floats in the fluid. So like when I look left, there's a little delay and it goes whoop, and it catches up with my vision. And there's a little, not all the time. It has to be really bright out and I have to be looking at something white.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a racist joke to say for that, but I couldn't think of anything.
I'm glad you didn't because I would have to edit it out.
Hey, can I tell you something crazy?
Yeah.
Like people, I meditate a lot and do the breathwork stuff, and so I can see the liquid in your eyes. I can see it. I can see the reflection. So just sit in the sun. Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
But something cool. I don't know if you guys want to try this at home or if you ever try this, but so if you just look and you wonder what those little fuzzies are, well, there's reflections of particles in your eyes, so you can see them cascade and see them fall. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Certainly you have. Oh, they look like you're looking at something in a microscope. They look like these little worms and
Like if
dots.
I close my eyes?
No, with your eyes open. If you're just around the I see them all the time. I can see them all the time.
I don't see it.
And I know you don't because you're not sensitive to it. But I think it came from meditating. So I'm real sensitive to what's in my eyes because I wanted to determine whether it came from like the DMT experience I was having, whether it was like internal something or it was actually reflection of the
DMT from your meditative state, not from taking DMT.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. But so this is the best.
Have you considered that maybe your eyes are just fucked up and you need to see somebody?
No, because I know exactly what it is. I can see it. They cascade down.
Okay.
They like particles will cascade down because it's wherever you are. And then what you can do too is if you're just sitting there with your eyes closed and you have a reflection of the liquid in your eyes because if you're in like the sun and you just go one direction, then you can see them swirl. And you can go the other direction. You can see it swirl, and it's the coolest. You can't really do it in here because we're not in the sunlight.
Ah, okay.
But try it at home in the sunlight, and I'm telling you, it is a very interoceptive exercise. Interoception is one of the five senses, one of the senses outside of our five senses. So interoception means what in the world is going on inside, and I would consider that the liquid on your eyes is what's inside, and so. You are getting some interest. You have now an interoceptive sense of this damage. You said it's like floating around.
Yeah.
It probably is floating. I mean,
It is.
this liquid in our eyes.
Yeah.
Move around. But that's weird that it's dark and that it just stays there. Have you ever? You had it looked at? You said.
Yeah, it's basically a scar.
And then how does it? Why was it move? Why would it move around in the liquid?
This was a long time ago. The doctor explained it to me, but I was like, I don't care. As long as I don't have eye cancer or something. Yeah.
Okay.
But for a long time, because there was like because of the scarring, a long time if I would have a nice good sleep, my first time, I'm talking for about a year. Every morning, the first eye open that I did, it would rip. Like the top layer because there was a scar there, and so like my eyes would be closed where I want to come over, it would just like and pull on it. So every morning I had to wake up just like
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
That's
the
a pretty
worst.
bad injury.
Yeah, it was it was rough.
That's a good one.
What's yours?
What's the next question? From Jiu Jitsu.
It says MMA.
I don't do MMA, so I don't like to get punched in the face.
That's true. You did Muay Thai a little bit.
That's true. I did. Brandon Vera was my coach. I was at City Boxing downtown.
Brandon Vera was. I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at.
Yeah,
He's cool.
He's the man. He's super cool. But yeah, I didn't really spar when I boxed and when I did Muay Thai. I didn't really spar.
Okay, so in Jiu Jitsu.
In Jiu Jitsu, I mean, I've dislocated my knees countless times, and I don't know that when you were saying that too, I was wondering, and I've talked to Professor Rick, that has been on the podcast,
Art of Skill
YouTube, amazing YouTube. And he said that we were talking about joint stuff and we were filming some stuff yesterday and I was showing him my joint strengthening routine. And I'm like, and then you do this and you can get an adjustment in your knees. And my knees went like crack, 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 crack. And like had one of the loudest adjustments in my knees I've ever had. And because it kind of built up from the other stuff we were doing. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. That's perfect for me. Because if I don't adjust my knees, like I'll have a little bit of tension when I walk upstairs.
Yeah,
I'll have like this little twinge of discomfort. And I'll tell you what, man. When I was about a brown belt, I assumed I would say even before that I was just gonna ride this thing till the wheels came off. I was like, I get knee pain all the time. It's BS, you know. Like I didn't think I was gonna make it to black belt for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was totally gonna abandon jiu-jitsu because of how difficult it was on my body. But then I learned that that little twinge of pain, if I were to flex my knee really hard, I would get like a click, and then if I would straighten it, click, and then flex it one more time, and then maybe I'd get 3. And then if I did that again, I wouldn't get them anymore. I'm like, am I realigning my knees when I do this
I was
stuff?
gonna say maybe you have a knee tracking issue.
And then it would, then the pain's gone. So the pain's completely gone. And then same with my hip. My hips used to dislocate. I played a lot of soccer growing up, and my hips started dislocating in my 20s. And I thought, man, and I would like walk around with kind of like a semi-dislocated hip, and it would be like slightly uncomfortable and stuff. But now I learned the position I get into, and then it clicks back into place, and then I'm completely pain free. And I can get into positions like squatting position. I can get into all the positions I want to get in, and with all the pain, you have a joke that's it looked like your mouth was curling, like you were going to say something fun.
No, it wasn't. I just had like a little itch.
A tick.
Yeah.
You just have
Yeah, this is just my Tourette's.
But no, it means a lot to me because I'm realizing more and more. I've never learned this stuff from other people. I've sort of just experimented on my own to improve my joint strength.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, guys, I'm 50, no surgery, still on the mats regularly, and it's because of these exercises where I get those little click, and straighten everything out, and then put pressure on it. And then you put pressure on it for 30 seconds to a minute with that trembling pressure. You know, you're getting a bodyweight squat or whatever it is. And that seems to strengthen my joints and then tighten them up, like cinch them up. And so
That makes sense.
it does, you know, it's
sure.
logical sense for sure. And then who's the Russian guy that kind of came up with the kettlebells and stuff?
Pavlov. That's
yes. No, that's it.
Is it?
That's the guy. And so I realized he's very well received. And a lot of my exercises look very similar to his.
Yeah, it is Tetsuev. Pavlov Tetsuev. I don't think it's Pavlov. Pavlov is a psychological. There's a Russian.
But it's huge. I mean, so it's just basically you get into these positions, and he holds them for a long time. You get in these static positions where I
Pavel.
That's what it is. And where I would do like I'll do a 1 minute squat. I'll do a 1 minute push up. I'll do a 1 minute pull up.
Yeah.
And I'll do a 1 minute crunch. And that's all of the exercises I've done for the last, now it's going on probably 10 years, almost 15 years. And I'm getting a little bit older, so it's time to start putting weight on to make sure that bone density and all that stuff. But it lasted me 10 years of never exercising at all except for these things. And my joints have stayed good. And it keeps the firmness of your muscles, because when you work out and then you don't work out and you're like, man, I feel good after I work out and I feel thick.
Pump.
And then the
pump.
The pump.
I'm coming at home. I'm coming in the gym.
That's right. Wow. It's just wow.
The pump.
That's right. Oh, that's the best. Both of those things, Cumming and Arnold. But yeah. But what I realized too is it keeps the firmness of your muscles, so you don't feel like when you do those long holds, which a minute is a long time, a minute pull-ups a long. When you do the long holds, you get this pump, and if you do it every day because you're not really tearing the muscle, you keep the pump. The pump is like your muscles stay hard. So I think it's why is that funny? Hard is just a word. And we're talking about muscles. Richard Johnson.
Right. Speaking of muscles, when it's just the two of us and you have to look, we have to turn at each other, is your neck getting really tired of looking to the right? Because I'm pretty fucking tired of looking to the left.
No, because I stay hard.
That's true.
I don't know what you guys...
stay hard.
If you guys at home want to stay hard, it's so easy. Static holds.
That's
and
right.
add a tiny bit of movement. So you're in every position, stay hard.
I always tell people that have chronic injury, which is different than acute injury, right? Like if you get hit by a car on the side of your left knee, there's no amount of PT that's going to make you feel better, right? But I always tell people, like, if you have a chronic injury, there's something that's like out of balance or not lined up, or just something that's not functioning right, and you you have to just experiment and like find the right thing. Every injury I've had, I've gone to like several PTs, and I've gone to like a chiropractor and an MD, and be like, this doesn't work, and I just keep trying it.
Yeah.
And then I'll find the thing. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's it,
the
right?
thing. Yeah.
So like my knee, the same knee injury that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I went to a good physical therapist. He works with a lot of fighters, and we were doing physical therapy, and I would feel better like when I would do PT.
Yeah.
And I was pushing the sled, and a common thing with knees that people don't understand is like if you want to support your knees, what you actually need to do is get stronger and more mobile ankles and glutes. If you want to take the pressure off a joint, you need to work on the ones above it and below it, because that's what stabilizes your knees.
You got fantastic glutes, by the way, too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
My wife tells me that. Yeah. So so we were doing sled pushes.
Okay.
And I'm pushing the sled. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling better, but not too much. And then I pushed it one day, and what I found was that what I needed to do was like focus on my heel to toe.
I see.
Stepping my heel and pushing off the toe, because my assumption is something about the injury was forcing me to rotate my foot like externally, like out this way. So I was pushing off my pinky toe, which was actually like decreasing the amount I was activating my glute. Like I was changing the way that I was walking, and then I figured that out, and I went heel toe, and I'm talking fucking instantly. Like in that rep, I was like, oh shit, that's the thing. You can usually tell what it is, because if there's something that needs to get stronger, when you do the rep, that thing is in that moment, it's stronger because it's flexing. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So like if you have, just the easiest example is like, say if your bicep is out of balance with your tricep, your bicep is stronger than your tri, and so you're getting maybe elbow pain. So if that's the issue and you don't know it, as soon as you do a bicep curl, right then, because your bicep is flexing hard, it should be effectively stronger in that moment than your tricep is, because one's activated and one's not.
Okay.
And you should feel it right then. And then when you stop doing the workout, it might just take a step back, because you're gonna, that's how working out works.
But it's noticeable.
But then now you're like, that's the thing, that's what I need to fucking figure out and balance. So to your point is like, you probably tried all these things, and you're like, your knees, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do jiu-jitsu until I need a wheelchair.
I totally gave up.
And then you found out your thing, and you're like, dude. And I've had this every single time. There was one situation where I had back injuries, and I went to several chiropractors, several physical therapists, and I didn't have an injury. I just had an overuse thing, and I could not get my back to feel better. And I had to use like a big long foam roller to like lower myself down to the mat so I could teach. It was like freaking Elio Gracie, and I was like 25 or something, 26. Wow. And I was just talking to, and I went to all these like high-end professionals, and I just talked to a regular personal trainer. Yeah. And he was like, have you tried stretching your hamstrings? And I was like, no. And he laid me on my back, had me lock my knee out, lift my hamstring up, and I could only get like not even close to 90 degrees. I could get my hamstring up like 45%.
Oh, wow.
At 45 degrees. And he was like, this is the problem. And he just held my hamstring in a stretch for 2 minutes, and I got up, and months of pain, 90%. Wow. 90% I was better. I was like, holy shit, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And I think you can do a lot of that stuff by flexing. So Master Wong has a book called Dynamic
Master
Strength.
Wong stays hard.
Dude, Master Wong does stay hard. You should see him. He looks like Bruce Lee.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a book from from the 80s. Master Wong. It's a blue book. It's a small paperback, and it's called Dynamic Strength. And he was like, you need no equipment. He was like, you just stand in the doorway and push against the doorway, and you can get strong AF.
For sure.
And that's all you need. So, and I think a lot. So, what you learned in the sled push was like, oh, actually, it was the flexing that I needed to do. It was the way I needed to do it. It's not necessarily the thing that I was doing.
Yeah. It was the way I needed to do it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Daddies, baby.
Let's watch some of these videos. Oh, yeah. That concludes our Matt Daddies segment. So if you have any jiu-jitsu questions, send them in. If you want to trust us with advice outside of jiu-jitsu, you can send those in too. I don't recommend it.
Whoa. We've got life advice here. We're going to be streaming on Twitch, giving life advice. I think we should push this to Twitch.
You send a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, it's some fun stuff.
Oh, wait. Is this okay? You sent a YouTube video.
Yes.
$1,000 if you can take this dude down.
Have
Nobody
you
can.
Seen this?
I've seen this guy. Yeah.
Give him a shout out. Yeah, this is super cool. He's a fun dude to watch.
People have commented on when I do a takedown video. People have commented like, you should go and try to take this guy down.
Really?
And I've commented back like, probably can't. I mean, he's like a national level wrestler, right? I think he's like NCAA or something.
He's so good. But he never shows anyone taking him down. Does nobody take him down?
That's the thing is like,
What's his
you wouldn't
handle?
know, right?
What's
You
his
wouldn't
handle?
know. Huh?
What's his handle?
The Kid Giorgio.
The Kid Giorgio, man, $1,000 he'll pay if somebody can take him down.
So I looked him up, and he's like,
He goes against
I don't
monsters.
remember what level he wrestled at. It was a high level, but not like Olympics or not. I don't even think he was a D1 wrestler. It was maybe NCAA, but I don't think he was D1.
Right. He's just super good. Probably
Yeah, and
drinks a lot
there's
of
been
beer and
videos
lost
where he's
potential.
like accidentally come across jiu-jitsu guys, and they're like, "Oh, cauliflower ear," you know. And, But the thing is always, if he ever got taken down, you wouldn't know.
Why?
He would. Why would he post it?
He wouldn't post it? Oh,
I'd just give the guy $1,000 and be like, "No, you can't
But
have the video."
somebody's gotta somebody. Well, I just
Because
assume.
as soon as somebody does,
Yeah, then it's over.
the magic is gone.
The floodgates are open. Yeah,
Right,
because
yeah.
the magic is there for me.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it.
Let's watch this guy. I'll put the
take
video
him
up on
out.
the thing. Wrestler versus bodyguard. What does that mean?
Bodyguard. I mean,
This
he
is a
looks
thing-
pretty tough.
This is a thing that freaking amateur video makers do. They fucking put the subtitles down there where it looks good in the video, but they don't account for all this extra shit that pops up, and you can't actually read the subtitles. What an arm drag! Yeah, see, this guy sucks.
I thought he was pretty good.
No. The bodyguard.
I know. Well,
He's just a monster.
yeah.
He's so out of balance.
I love how
He stands square. He stands square, and it's really easy to snap him forward. So he got arm drag and snapped.
Oh, see, you need a good breakdown for this.
I want.
Because to me, I was just like, yeah, he looked pretty tough. He gonna get him.
Yeah, and he rolled to his back, gave up a takedown. Let's watch that again. Watch.
I have zero takedown ability. Like
That's not true.
it's not, but I don't think about anything. I have no I have no go-to.
I feel like your go-to is a double leg. With the like you like
Never.
lock your hands under the butt. You did a
Never.
double leg today.
Oh, around the knees. I go around the knees.
Oh yeah.
That is one of my go-tos.
You kind of do the like the
Sit
Gracie
down.
Combatives double leg where you just like lock their knees together and just like lean forward.
Is that a Gracie double? Is that Gracie stuff?
I mean, they do a thing where they shoot. They don't shoot and drive like a wrestling takedown. They do like
Right.
takedowns from their knees. Like they shoot, stay on their knees, and then like either lift the guy and tilt him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Or
that
they
was
just
from
like, or they
Gracie
bring the
Combatives.
back leg and they wrap it around. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They wrap it around and
That's
just like
exactly what I
tilt
do.
them forward. It's an efficient way to take somebody down.
It's a very lazy way.
Yeah.
It's like if you're just sitting there
Feels nice.
at the park,
Yeah.
and you're like on a hill, and like
somebody
hobos
challenges
attack
you, like, "Hey, can you give me $1,000 if you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah." If so, hobos attack. Here, watch. Look at this.
I know, I saw it.
Well, I want to point out what I'm talking about.
Okay, please tell me. Let's go.
I know that you probably know, but for,
No.
for viewers,
Yeah. If you're gonna
watch.
if you're actually
look how
gonna-
square his stance is. This is a rule. This
Oh,
is why
yeah.
stances exist, because you can push in all directions.
Right.
The stance is totally square,
He's
so he's
not-
just asking like, "Here, throw me on my face."
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
See, stance like square again, elbows wide, so he underhooks him, snaps him because he's so far over his toes.
Super
And
breakdown.
I'm getting a phone call, and yeah, all right, cool. All right,
nice.
nexty.
Okay. So one of the things I
Keenan
wanted
Cornelius.
to point out is how good that Keenan and those guys would make these videos. They would have scripted, like, long form scenarios.
Yeah.
With a bunch of the fun people that were in grappling, and this was the first time I think anyone had ever done this. So it was Keenan, Vinny, Magalesh, who's according to Renash, he's a pig. And I don't know why he hates him so much.
Keenan Cornelius responds to internet trolls.
Oh, this is great.
What is he doing?
like a
Oh, this is
commercial.
me. This is my life.
This is 2 minutes.
Just scrolling through the hater comments.
Yeah. Oh, this is you. This is you. That's why I
this
knew
is
you'd
me,
love
dude.
it.
Keenan is boring and ugly. He needs to die. I love how he needs the hashtag die. His Moonflex 34. That's yeah, you son of a bitch. Hacking sequence initiated.
Oh my god, this video is so good. It's only 2 minutes, guys.
Dude,
I hope you enjoy it.
how did I not know that these videos existed? Keenan looks so
Well,
young.
because he kind of, he's on to other and better things now. But
Boy, did Keenan age like a white man, huh?
oh my god, well, you got beef tallow, guys. I went to the dermatologist recently to get rid of the moles under my arms that get torn by a gi, because I wear a gi a lot because I'm a man.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I know. You can keep this rolling.
Okay.
So he goes to the house. He
As much
found
as
his
I want
house.
to hear about your moles.
I know.
Is there a gi? Was there a show-year-old gi hanging over the car? Is that what that was?
Was it really?
Yeah, like hanging there drying, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah. So he found the guy.
So was this in the Lloyd Irvin days?
Oh dang.
Oh, look at Shanji.
Isn't that awesome?
Shanji commented he needs to die.
So good.
So wasn't Keenan briefly part of that crew, or are they just San Diego black belts? Like, or maybe this is when he was at Atos, huh?
So they all got together. Yeah, I think this was at Atos. But they all got together. And
Oh, this is
videos.
dude. How amazing is that?
I know.
What great marketing! This is advertisement for their match.
That's right. Isn't
Oh,
that super
amazing!
cool? I know.
So good.
It's so good.
Oh, things like that get me excited.
Well,
Gary V would be so proud.
So if you pop on Keenan's YouTube, you can just hit real easy on mobile. You can hit oldest.
Yeah.
And it goes back like 15 years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's got like these old, super cool. And I don't even know if he knows that they're up there, because you can see his old matches where he doesn't even title them. It's just a bunch of his old matches at purple belt.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could watch him from purple belt. I think at one of them, like he taps Gordon Ryan, and like there's a bunch of cool matches on there. If
Oh,
you
really?
want to go into the history and see his stuff, which is I hope he leaves them up. And he was also super prolific on Reddit. So he's been
he was.
Yeah, what was it? Fritz Dagger was his handle on Reddit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a crazy handle. But
Okay,
yeah,
moving on.
But he, I want you guys go check out the old stuff that he used to do, and I couldn't find the skits that they used to make. But this is the stuff that we're trying to entertain you guys, and they were doing it before us, and so it's super cool.
Yeah.
that,
Okay, check this
still
out.
exist.
Check this out. Have you seen this? Did you open any of these?
No, I opened 0 of them.
I want to show you this.
A real reaction.
Okay, look at this. This is an army combatives or some sort of military combatives. I think army.
Okay.
Shin guards, open hand, right? And it's
Yeah,
a guy
baby.
versus a girl. Watch this.
Is it
This man.
guy versus a girl? Ooh.
This
the one
man
with the
said,
flaps?
"Let me introduce you to equal rights."
No.
Watch this.
No. Oh no! Where's my dinner? Is what he said.
Oh man,
Oh.
just no mercy. Holy shit!
I mean, if they're gonna put you guys up together,
and man, I'll honestly fuck this guy because
there's a no win.
even if this was another male,
Yeah.
man, just the posture and everything, it just says like, please don't hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what
my
I'm
God.
doing here. Oh, dude, brutal.
So we should talk about the boxing match that recently happened.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to.
It's kind of weird.
Huh?
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
It's the Olympics. It's the latest.
it's gonna. I don't want to get flagged. We're talking about no
Guys versus girls
Yeah, yeah,
in the Olympics. Well,
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
flag us.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Can I just say one thing about that?
Unless we say anything other than it's great and I love it, then we're gonna get flagged for sure.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
We just great and you love it.
100,000%.
Okay, well let's not talk about it.
Okay, can I just say one thing about it?
I'd rather not.
I'm going to listen, guys.
Hold
Go
on, point
out.
the mic at your mouth.
Go out and look for those scenarios that we're not going to mention, but we just talked about.
Okay.
And bet on them. It's a sure thing. It's amazing. Bet the kids' college fund.
Can you bet on the Olympics?
Yeah,
think
somewhere
so.
you can.
Yeah, underground,
DraftKings,
yeah.
friend of the podcast, DraftKings. Just find the girls versus guys combat matches, and it's a piece of cake. That is. I don't care if it's 4-1.
You think
You're gonna get that one back.
let's talk about that one time that.
You brought this
what was
up,
that,
by the way.
Something Fox.
What?
The
Moon Fox?
the
24.
male the trans female MMA fighter that like knocked
Yeah.
out like 6 women, but then eventually
Yes.
lost.
Did she lose?
Yeah.
Did she to a woman? Oh, my
Yeah.
God. A real
yeah.
woman?
I was gonna say flagged. There we go.
Real women. You can't say real women.
No.
How do you know this? Do you? Okay, we'll stop talking about it.
Look at.
I didn't know there was off limits stuff, guys. Not to me.
We're gonna have to call Russell Brand and be like, Russell Brand, give us some money.
Russell Brand.
Yeah, because he's
The
like off of
ClickFunnels guy?
YouTube. No, Russell Brand is the comedian.
Oh, yeah.
That's like kicked
Oh, he's
off of
the best.
YouTube. Yeah.
Is he?
Well, he's
See his on-
demonetized. He's demonetized on YouTube.
See his stuff on Crumble or
Okay,
whatever it is.
so moving on.
Rumble.
Moving on. There goes my podcasting career. All of the money that I used to spend and not make back on podcasting, no more.
You are so silly. Okay, so this is even worse.
All right,
we're talking
so
about
B
another-
team, Uncle Hanach. I've got a great story about Uncle Hanach.
Okay,
Yeah, but
I can't wait.
I don't even know which one this is. So
$79 pay-per-view for something like this. How much you charge for this for the people here? Free of charge. Get the fuck out of here!
I love his sparkling water he's rubbing on his face.
Are you out of your mind, Waha? This is insane. At these prices, how can you make a profit from this one? Hey, brother. This is charity. How the kid's gonna make a profit?
He couldn't hold it straight.
So good.
So this guy, I think his name is Asan or Assange.
Oh my
No,
God.
so that's the internet. That's the guy. Asan something. So when I was like a blue belt, when he first started getting popular, he was a brown belt at 10th Planet.
And he was doing his thing. He was already doing Uncle Hanach.
So the way that he started, he wasn't uncle. So the way that he started was they used to prank like the beginners class. And he would show up to Eddie's beginner class and be like, and show up in a gi with like 10 stripes on his black belt and be like, Eddie Bravo, you need to train in the gi. You know, you're not doing this right, whatever. And then he would challenge him to a match and he'd fuck Eddie up in front of his class. And then they'd be like, surprise. And it would be a class. And it was a prank. And so eventually they filmed it and he came to a class and he choked Eddie unconscious. Probably not really, but he just really quickly snapped him down, like rolled into like a sumigashi, like an overhead sweep, and then landed and mounted guillotine to choke him out. And then the video just pans all these beginners like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They were all confused. And then it was fake. And so he became like this character. He's not, as far as I know, he's not Brazilian.
I don't think he is. I knew he wasn't.
Even if he is Brazilian, like he's definitely not. He has no accent. So I rolled with him. And like when he was like at the peak, I was like, this is fucking that guy. And he was like, hey, nice to meet you. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, whoa.
I've never heard his real voice.
Yeah, it's just
so funny.
Standard, like he has an American accent.
Yeah.
But apparently he was like an actor.
Yes.
And so
I heard that.
he's so good at that.
He's
like
fantastic.
not only does he think witty, like he thinks of jokes quickly,
Yes.
but he thinks in Brazilian accent. Like,
Yes, he does.
He'll come back with like a fast thing.
That's right.
But then still, and even like when he stumbles, like if I was gonna make a
He never
British
breaks
accent,
character.
if I'm gonna stutter,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stutter in my accent, but he does. Like you know, what I mean?
Never
Like,
breaks character anymore.
It's insane. He's so good at it.
He gets better and better. So he used to have a talk show.
Yeah.
It had like 6 episodes. And if you guys find them, they still exist out there. But the Henry Gracie episode was amazing because Uncle Hanach is a bit of a womanizer. And,
Right.
And Henry is not, does not fall to that stuff.
Yeah. He would
It's-
not comment on the Olympic boxing match. Let's say that.
I would think he would, but
He stays very neutral.
So that was hilarious. But the one with Chris Lieben was my favorite. So Uncle Notch, they're sitting there in 2 sofas, like nice seats, and they got a fire in between them, like on this thing.
I
'Cause it was,
remember this now.
Yeah, and it was like vitamins and minerals as their sponsor and stuff.
No, it was fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and
that was his brand. Yeah,
Was it?
like fruits and veggies or something like that.
My
Yeah.
favorite part, I don't know why this is my favorite, but Chris Lieben's getting frustrated with because Hanach is like just hitting him with like just misogynistic and like just like all types, just trying to get him to go off in the rails. And and Chris looks over at the fire that's going. It's a real fire, and he was like, "Why do you have a fire? We're in Southern California right now. It's so hot in here." Oh, that one's magic, guys.
So I was a long time ago at a Jiu Jitsu convention that they don't have anymore, and I was there because there was a match between Jeff Glover and Kyle Terra, and I went to go see that. And
How'd that go?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Really?
I think Kyle won, but it was like IBJJF rules, so I don't really remember.
gross.
Yeah. But I remember thinking it was the coolest thing that Jeff Glover's warm up was just he was just riding his longboard skateboard around their convention. And that was his warm up,
way.
and then he got straight on the mat, and then of course he
Wow.
this was like the birth of Donkey Guard. It was like
Was it?
not the first time, but it was like one of the first 2 or 3 times. And yeah, he came out there, turned around, and stuck his hands out, and
Wow.
Yeah, and he did it. Like he rolled underneath, got to his legs, but then I think Kyle still won the match. But anyways, Hanach was there, and what is his actual character's name? Hanato.
Yeah,
I
never remember.
Yeah. But he was there, and Nate Diaz was there. And then so Hanach was like talking shit. It was like, I don't remember what he was saying, but Nate Diaz didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck? And so he went to fight him. Yeah. And like he actually broke character in that moment because he was like, no, it's just a thing. Like, look, I have a booth here, you fucking idiot.
You're
he didn't give a
kidding me.
shit. Like he was like,
No way.
He was like, I don't care. Nobody talks to me that way. That was Mike Tyson. That was wrong list.
Oh, that was a good one. That was good. Like he switched to Mike Tyson.
And then Nate Diaz put on his best Mike Tyson impression. And then
Nobody talks to me.
all right, moving on. We got two more.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
This is great. Have you seen this one yet?
Hanach.
This B-team
no,
one?
no,
Okay,
I don't think
look
so.
at this.
Okay, I'm in.
We're at Air Mountain Tinkerbell, 26 miles, Area 51 in the distance. We haven't tried looking into it. Haven't seen any aliens, but we did find something interesting.
Oh my god, I love all of Craig Jones' videos, even if they're bad.
What we have here, a book of secrets. Leave that confession. But the latest entry. I don't know what to make of it.
Oh, brutal.
So apparently, if you're listening, apparently there's a mountain that has some view of Area 51, and there's a book in a can that says the Book of Secrets, and people kind of put confessions in there. And the last page in giant writing said, Gordon Ryan is a cuck.
Brutal.
All right, last one. Have you? This is an MMA ref.
Yes.
You've seen in Russia where they do like 2-on-1 and 2-on-2 MMA
Yes.
fights, and if one person gets knocked out, like the match actually, like it'll stop it. They'll drag that guy's body out of there, and then the match continues 1 versus 2, right?
Which I'm a big
Look at
advocate
this
of.
ref. This guy is such a. He's a bad.
That's what you need. You need these guys.
Look at this. Look at that.
Boom. He's like, nah.
Did you see him back kick? Watch.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
sees him coming. It's good time.
Nah.
And then watch this.
Like, nah. Shut
Actually,
up.
hold on. You need sound. Watch. Hold on.
Okay.
Watch.
Oh my god.
He like yells at him. And watch this.
Oh, was that a little foot hook?
Look at he faced him into the.
Oh, so good.
I mean, what a douchebag, right? But
The ref?
also he's really good. Yeah, huge
Whoa.
douchebag.
Yeah, you need a guy out
Just
there
literally
doing
choke slams.
stuff. Yeah. No, I don't think he's a douchebag at all. I think you need a guy out there regulating.
Have you seen? There's a ref. His name is Cecil Peoples. I don't think he refs anymore, but he refed
Yeah,
one of
I
my
remember
fights.
him. Yeah.
And there was a similar situation where Cecil stopped the fight, and the guy got up and was like out of it. You've seen it happens somewhat often where the guy gets up and starts to fight the ref just
Yeah.
because they don't know.
Totally.
Yeah, they come back to consciousness and like, there's a body there,
Yeah.
and we start swinging.
Single leg.
And so this happened to Cecil. They broke him up, and then the guy. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think the guy was unconscious. I think he actually was upset about the stoppage. I could be wrong on that. And then Cecil, instead of like squaring up with him, just kicks him straight in the balls, soccer kick, shin to the nuts, and just drops the guy.
Oh my god. Cecil
so
People's
awesome.
respect. I kind of like that actually. I mean, if you're the
it was
ref,
awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like close to 60. He's not going to fight this MMA fighter.
Right.
Like,
No. Full boss rooting, front
Yeah.
kick to the groin.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Looky what we have here. Front kick to your groin.
Yeah. So that wraps it up for Black Belts React, and
That was fun.
I'm getting close to my
like that.
my out time. So guys, if you like the podcast, help us. We have a goal. We're trying to hit our first 1,000 subs. So if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, push this shit out to other people.
That's right.
And
Cecil Peoples.
to other
that-
Cecil peoples.
Cecil Peoples, that alert bell. Front
That's
kick to the
right.
groin, the alert bell.
Kick.
And just
Cecil
make sure
Peoples,
make sure you know the new stuff that's coming. Baby.
Yeah, and do
We
what
got
that
new
ref
stuff.
did in that video. To that subscribe button. Also, if you're listening, you're not on YouTube, leave us a 5-star review on Spotify. And we are being better than 99% of other podcasters, we are on iTunes now.
Apple, baby. Take
Yeah.
that.
Check us
Take
out.
that, Apple.
Check us out.
Apple's in big trouble. And because we're coming.
No,
we're coming with the thunder. But yeah, all those things. And send us questions. I'm ready to answer your life questions, guys. This is Matt Daddies is going to we're going to fix your life because we know it's messed up. So if you're listening to this, 99% of the time your life's messed up. So
That's right. And
We're gonna fix
99% of the time, you're not doing as good as we are. At least not in podcasting, you're not.
That's right. In all other forms of life, probably you are doing better, at least than me. But but not in podcasting. Baby.
That's right. That's
We
right.
Gotcha.
All right. So send them in. And yeah, thanks for listening. That's it for now. See you guys. You going to say bye?
Peace.